You know, we heard in Isaiah a way to be. Share, shelter, clothe, and do not turn your back on your own. If you do these things, Isaiah says, then your own light will shine. Whatever wounds you have from the past, whatever ruptures have not been repaired, your wounds will be quickly healed if you just come out of yourself and share. It's one of the best ways to get out of a funk. For whatever reason that we might be in one, whether it's what's going on in the country, the world, maybe what's going on in one's family, with the body, with the mind, like all the stuff that kind of can get us down. One of the best ways for all of us to get out of that funk is to come out of ourselves and share. Do something for another person. It sounds so elementary because it is. It's basic. Come out of ourselves. Isaiah says if you share and you shelter, and he says the oppressed and the homeless, that doesn't mean you have to just take every person who's living on the street into your house. Here's another way to shelter the homeless. Think homeless can also be somebody who is not at home with him or herself. They're not comfortable with themselves. Terrible self-image maybe. Wrestling with depression or anxiety. One of the greatest things that we can do is shelter that person, huh? Not judge them, but just accompany them. That's sheltering the homeless and the oppressed. Are you with me? Yeah. There's so much opportunity for us to live out Isaiah today. And to clothe the naked when you see them. We're all pretty fully clothed, so most of us aren't going to run across a naked person today. But naked also means what? When a baby is naked, when somebody is naked, they are very vulnerable. How many vulnerable people may cross our path today in this week? And Jesus and Isaiah say, clothe those people, huh? Kind of protect them. Be gentle with them. Anticipate where they may be vulnerable to others. It could be our kids, it could be each other. It could be physically, psychologically, emotionally, huh? And then lastly, Isaiah says, don't turn your back on your own. How many of us have family relationships, friendships that have been ruptured, siblings or adult children who haven't talked with parents and vice versa for years? Friendships that have just gone awry because nobody wants to or knows how to start the conversation again. It's so easy to turn our backs. And sometimes, and just sometimes, that may be the thing to do, especially if the situation is abusive or so toxic. But just to do it when it gets a little hot in the kitchen, when there's a rupture in a relationship, Isaiah's saying, get back in there. When our marriages become challenging, people just take off. And what does that leave? And what are we left with? It happens all the time. Isaiah says if you work on these things as hard as they are, then your light will break forth like the dawn. Your own wounds will be quickly healed. You'll feel better about yourself as you do these things. And God will be with you. So this week, let's keep some of these things in mind as we prepare ourselves, scouts or not, for what Jesus is about. Let's be salt in somebody's life, enhancing it, protecting and preserving it. And let's be light in somebody else's darkness. And that darkness may be depression or anxiety or emptiness or loneliness or whatever it may be. But we have that spirit, and we can certainly make other people's lives better. And then watch in turn how our own spirit arises.